Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Baruch for New Wine Congregation of Israel coming back with another lesson. Sunday class. All praise to the Most High. You know what I'm saying, for teaching this. I pray this edifying to the body. Pray this edifying to the sheep that needs to hear this. You know, this lesson right here is called Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi will deliver you. Keep the faith, right? So the Lord put in my spirit just to make this, because we need to be having faith in the things that's unseen, man. We got to be having faith that, guess what, that He's gonna deliver us in that time. Got to be having faith in these things, because you know faith can get you a long way. You know what I'm saying? Roughly paraphrase, it's impossible to please the Most High without faith, man. If you don't got faith, you can't please the Lord. So we're gonna wait for brothers and sisters to join, and we're gonna face the east, and we're gonna throw out some prayers, man. You know, brothers and sisters, pray for me, and I'm praying for brothers and sisters too. All praise to the Most High. We're gonna start the class at 7:03, 3 or 4. 4. We're gonna start at 7:04. All praise to the Most High. Yahawah and His Son Yahawashi. We're gonna start the class at 7:04, brothers and sisters. If you don't got your head covered, cover your head. Brothers, if you got your head covered, please uncover your head. You know. But we'll be back. 7:04, we finna get started. We gonna face the east and throw some prayers. You know what I'm saying? Sisters, if you got your head covered, if you got your head uncovered, please cover your head. And brothers, if you got your head covered, please uncover your head, so we don't dishonor our head, Yahawashi. And sisters, that you do have a husband, that you don't dishonor him. So brothers, sisters, please, sisters, cover your head. Brothers, uncover your head. I got the prayer. I'll pray. I got my whole sit down and face. Yeah. I'm just holding that way.
Calling on Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bakti Yahawah, Bakti Yahawashi, Bakti Yahawah, Bakti Yahawah, Bakti Yahawashi. Want to just call on the true names of the Heavenly Father and His Son Yahawashi, Lord, willing to be delivered in these last days. Lord, please keep us safe from the principalities, from the things that's unseen. Please keep us safe from anything that tries to come and attack us, Lord. In Yahawashi's name, Lord, please protect the 12 tribes in these last days. Lord, please have mercy on your people. Understand that we know not what we do. Lord, destroy people because we're destroyed for lack of knowledge. Lord, willing that, the elect is sealed and your outshot and get to see him reign. Lord, willing in the kingdom of heaven and make it past the wilderness. And Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi name, Lord, please send your angels to watch over brothers and sisters' households. Lord, Please protect brothers and sisters as they go to work Tuesday. You know, Lord, please forgive your people that's gonna celebrate this paganism coming up, Lord. Lord, please, 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 please. You know, one our names in the book of life. Lord, when we doing this walk in sincerity and in truth. Lord, I pray that everybody in the congregation gets strengthened, Lord, in your spirit. In Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi name, I pray, Lord. Amen.
Let's get this going. Okay, brothers and sisters, it's gonna be a good lesson. And it's got a couple precepts, but it ain't gonna be that long. You know what I'm saying? I'll praise to the Most High and His Son Yahawashi. That's the only reason why we do this. Our praises to Him, not to us. We're gonna start off in the book of Romans, chapter 14, and verse 23. And I'm gonna let brothers and sisters write this down. Y'all take notes, and y'all read along. You know, this lesson once again is called Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi will deliver you. Keep the faith, right? So we got to be keeping the faith in these last days, man. We got to be having the faith in His Son Yahawashi, as long as keeping the commandments. You know, we got to have faith in Him. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, we ain't gonna get into all that. You know, the first precept is Romans chapter 14, verse 23. We're going to give brothers and sisters time to write that down. We're going to give brothers and sisters time to get there. This lesson is called, once again, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi will deliver you. Keep the faith, right? And we're going to start. It's the book of Romans. And oh yeah, before we start, brothers and sisters that's watching, like the live so it can push out and to other brothers and sisters, you know. We're going to start off this, the book of Romans, chapter 14, verse 23. And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin. Whatsoever that is not of faith is sin. You know, whatever is not of faith is sin. That's in the Bible. You got to have faith in anything that you ask Him, right? Because He tells us that in the book of John, chapter 14. Let's take a ride over there to the book of John, chapter 14. And let's see whatever He said, because He said without faith it's impossible. No, He said, let me read that again, Salaki, because I was thinking about the wrong precept. Let me read 14 verse 23 again. It said, he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. But for whatsoever is not of faith is sin, right? So whatsoever is not of faith is a sin according to the Bible, right? And I'm going to show you that you have to have faith when you call on His name in the time of trouble, right? Because you got to believe whatever you say in His name can happen. Right, we're gonna read this. It's the book of John, chapter 14, and verse 13. No, let me start at 12. It says, verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. Watch this. This is the faith. And whatsoever ye ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If ye ask anything in my name, I will do it. So He said, if you ask anything in His name, He will do it. You got to ask things in His name in faith, not nothing wavering. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of getting tossed to and fro. You know what I'm saying? You want your prayers to pierce the clouds, man. You know, so when you in that time of trouble, you got to have faith and ask in His name that He deliver you, man. You know, it's the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 20. And Yahawashi said unto them, because of Matthew chapter 17 verse 20. And Yahawashi said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. So He said, hey, if you have faith of a mustard seed, you can do anything, man, in His name. So you got to picture in these times of trouble that we come into, Jacob's trouble, all you got to do is have faith and call on His name. And you have faith of a mustard seed. Faith of a mustard seed, man. All right? It says it right there. If you have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain. You can say unto anything in His name and it's going to happen, man. But you got to have faith. You know, let's get this right quick. I told y'all, brothers and sisters, it's gonna be a quick lesson. You know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. You know, got this new sword, so y'all, brothers and sisters, bear with me. Still trying to get the pages, you know, loose off. Okay, 113. Okay, y'all brothers, give me a sec. Okay, it's the book of Daniel, chapter 3, and verse number 1. And we're gonna do a little reading in this. You know, Daniel chapter 3 and verse number 1. It says, "And Nebu, come in right quick. Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold whose height was 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura and in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, treasurers." It says the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Verse 3, the princes, the governments and captains, judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of province were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. They stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Right? So Nebuchadnezzar, he was a king. He made an image and he wanted people to worship it. You know? Just like America, they want people to worship the what? The flag. But he made an image of him and he wanted us to worship it, right? It says, then Herod cried aloud to you, it is command, O people, nations, and language, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, harp, sack, but psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. So he commanded everybody that when they play this music, this certain type of sound, everybody had to bow down before it and praise it. And this is what he said, and this is for anybody that didn't want to do it. And whosoever falleth not down and worship shall the same hour be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. So whoever didn't want to bow down to this image, he said, hey, throw them into the furnace. You know, a furnace is something that has fire inside of it. It gets very hot. He said, throw them into the furnace, right? It says, therefore, at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all the kinds of music, all the people, the nations, the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Wherefore, at that time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worship, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fire, in the midst of a burning fiery furnace, right? So he said it again, whoever's not going to worship, you're going to be thrown into a furnace, right? It says there, verse 12, there are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. 3 Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Shout out our forefathers. They said, heck no, we ain't doing that. The law said we can't do that. They didn't do it. So you got to think they had faith in doing that too. They said, we're not doing that because why? You have to believe in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Why? They did it because they feared him. They did it because they had faith in him. They didn't bow down to that. You got to think, do y'all remember what he said? He said, anybody that don't bow down get thrown into the furnace. They weren't scared of that. All right? It says, it said, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Verse 13, then Nebuchadnezzar in his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king, right? He was mad as hell. And they brought them before the king, right? Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, It is true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now if ye be ready that or what time, now if ye be ready that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harpet, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning, fiery furnace. Who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? He was speaking blasphemy. Who is that God that's gonna deliver you out of your hand? You gotta think as he's sitting up there talking that noise, they having faith in the Lord. They got faith that they know they gonna be good in that. Watch what they say. Verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. You got to remember what the Lord say in that other one. When you get brought before a rule, let's get it right quick. You remember what that was? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, look that up for me right quick. I'm gonna read it again so I don't lose my train of thought. Right? It say, verse 16, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. You gotta remember the Lord told us, I'm gonna see it, I'm gonna wait till the brother get it, but they remembered that they can't speak their own words. The Lord's gonna give you a mouth on what to say.
Try Matthew 10:19.
Okay, Matthew 10. I went to the wrong one. I went to Matthew 24:19. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 19. Let's see what they were talking about in that. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 19. That's why this Bible's so beautiful. You can go to different parts and understand. I'm going to read that again. Verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. Why? Matthew chapter 9. You said 10?
Yeah.
Matthew 19. Chapter 10 verse 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in the same hour what ye shall speak. They didn't speak their own words, right? Let's read on. Verse 17. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. He will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. They had faith when they said that. They said he will deliver us out of this, man. You gotta have faith. Right? Right? Let me get this quick precept right quick. It was hitting my head. Yeah, this the book. No. We're gonna drop that. Bump that. So it says, verse 18, but if not, but it be known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy God, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar, full of fury, he got mad. It says, my bad. I get a little excited when I read this because I can see it. These scriptures are real. You got to see this. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 1 7 times more than it was wont to be heated. He said, crank it up a little bit more. So they still wasn't scared of that. They still had faith, even though they seen him crank it up. They told him to crank it up. Verse 20, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Verse 21, then these men were bound in their coats and their hosen, and their hats and their other garments were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Verse 22, therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, the furnace exceedingly hot. Remember he said, turn it up. The flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. That fire killed them. Watch this, and let's get that. This book is real. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 91 and verse 15. Why didn't it touch them? It said the men that took them up there, the fire. Let me read that again. It says, therefore, because the king's command was urgent, therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, the furnace exceedingly hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego up. Why did it kill them and not Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Psalms chapter 91, verse verse 15. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. Right? I don't think that's what I wanted. Wait. Okay, we just gonna use that. That's what I wanted, then. Because they called upon him in the day of that trouble, man. They weren't scared of that, right? Let's read on. It says, verse 23, and these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, was atoned and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselor, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of fire, and they have no hurt. The form of the 4th is like the Son of God. Yahawashi is gonna deliver you in that time, man. You gotta have faith. Let's get this right quick. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivered them, man. You gotta believe that, man. The angel of the Lord was with them boys, man. Verse 26, then Nebuchadnezzar, let me make sure I ain't reading past, okay. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God. He put respect on Yahawah's name. Come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth out of the midst of the fire. Verse 27, the princes, governors, and captains, the king's counselors being gathered together, saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power. Right? We're not going to be afraid of that arrow that flies by day. We're not going to be afraid of these things that they're going to try to put us through. Nor was a hair of their heads seen. Neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. Them boys were in the fire, but it didn't even smell like they came out of the fire. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants and trusted in him, and have changed the king's word, yield their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any God except their own God. Verse 29, the last one. Therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, language which speak anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there's no other God that can deliver after this sort. And what is that talking about? You can go that Deuteronomy 32 verse 39. There's no other God beside him. He's the one that delivered us, man. Let's get Daniel chapter 6 and verse 16. It's the book of Daniel chapter 6 and verse 16. It says, let's get another account. Then the king commanded that they brought Daniel and cast him in the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, thy God whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. And a stone was brought and laid upon the mount of the den. So this another account where they threw Daniel in the lion's den. And then they put a stone over the top, right? They put a stone over the top, right? I'll pray the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I pray the Most High bless you too, brother. They put a stone over the top of the den, right? It says, laid upon the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet, and with the signet of his lords, that the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments of music brought before him, of his sleep went from him. Then the king arose very early in the morning and went in haste into the den of lions. He ran in haste over there to that lion's den. He woke up in the morning and was like, let me go over there and go see, is that nigga still alive? And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living God, is thy God, whom thou servest continually, able to deliver thee from the lions? Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My God has sent his angel and have shut the lion's mouth, that they may not hurt me, for as much as before in the sea was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. Right? So he had faith that he knew Psalms 34 verse 7 was in play. If you fear the Lord, the angels are right there with you, man. Right? It says verse 23. Then was the king exceedingly glad, for him. The king was happy as hell, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken out of the den. No manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in Yahawah. He had faith. You gotta have faith in this thing, man. A lot of people get sucked up out of it because they don't have faith, man. Verse 24, the king commanded that they brought those men which had accused Daniel, that they cast them into the den of lions. Them, their children, their wives, and the lions had the masonry of them, and break all their bones in pieces, or ever they came at the bottom of the den. So the king had commanded everybody that false accused Daniel, throw their ass in the lion den. Then King Darius wrote unto all people, nations, and languages that dwelled in all the earth, peace multiplying to you. I make a decree that every dominion of my kingdom, man tremble and fear before the Most High of Daniel, for he is the living God, and steadfast forever. And his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. You seeing him building up that kingdom right now, man. We ain't even gonna get into that, bro. Y'all seeing the kingdom right before y'all, man. Y'all seeing his government being freaking. Let's get the next one. Job chapter 36 and verse 7. He withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne. Yeah, he doeth establish them forever. They are exalted. So he doesn't never take his eyes off of the people that's trying their best and striving their best to be pure. Right? He doesn't take his eyes off of them, man. Let's get Psalms chapter 34 and verse 15. Psalms chapter 34 and verse 15. The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous. His ears are open unto their cry. So you gotta think, Daniel was probably crying in that lion's den. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, if you read, I think, the song of the three holy children, they were crying. They were in there saying, "Oh ye heavens, praise the Most High. Oh ye trees, praise the..." All you just going into different stuff, telling everybody to praise the Most High God, because that's how real we know that we got a God, man. You gotta believe in that thing, man. Let's get Psalms chapter 34 and verse 7 one more time. The angel of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi encampeth round about them that fear him and delivered them. You gotta believe that, man. Gotta believe that. Let's get Psalms chapter 34 and verse 17. The righteous cried, and the Lord heard them and delivered them out of their troubles. They were crying, and the Lord heard them, man. Right? And let me get my my other phone, and let me read. We're gonna get the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. If you get tested like that, take it cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire. Them brothers were gold, man. They were tried. An acceptable man in the furnace of an adversary. They were literally in the furnace. Verse 6, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Stop being sad. Trust in the Most High. He's going to deliver you if you have faith. Stop giving up on your God. Let's get Colossians. Let's get Colossians right quick. Colossians chapter 3 and verse number 1. If ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. Set your affection on things above, not on the things on the earth. You got to be remembering when the Lord's going to deliver you. If you die for the Lord, you got to remember that you got to set, as you're dying, you got to remember you got to set your things, you got to set your mind on heavenly things. You can't be thinking about this carnal, earthly thing. Well, what about this body if they kill me? Well, the dead's going to get raised up in Christ too. So you got to be having faith, man. Let's get Hebrews. We got 2 more precepts and we out of here. I ain't gonna hold y'all. 2 more precepts and we out of here. Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 1. And I pray this lesson was edifying. You know what I'm saying? I pray I didn't go too fast. I pray that y'all understand. You know what I'm saying? Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 1. Let brotherly love continue. Verse 2. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware, man. Right? So when you in this time of trouble, you don't know. You can literally have a guillotine right in front of you, and there can be an angel standing in the distance. You can be in Jacob's trouble, and it's an angel disguising itself. Y'all working together. You don't even know. So that's why you can't be so quick to just try to lean on your own understanding, man. You got to remember that in that time of trouble, the angels can disguise themselves. They're going to be protecting you, man. Let's get Philippians. Let's get Philippians chapter 4 and verse 13. Y'all brothers just got to remember this, man. It didn't say some things. It's the book of Philippians chapter 4 and verse number 13. I can do all things. No, some things. I can do all things through Hamashiach, the anointed, the King of kings, which strengthen me. You can do all things, brothers and sisters, through Hamashiach Yahawashi, who strengthens you, man. And I pray this lesson was edifying through the spirit of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. This lesson was called Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi will deliver you. Keep the faith. This is your fellow servant, Baruch, and I pray this lesson was edifying through the spirit of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's the only reason why we do this, right? Y'all brothers and sisters staying tuned for Tuesday class, law call, you know what I'm saying, with Brother Nashawn. Y'all brothers and sisters pay attention to the classes that be going during the week. Don't forget to tune in Thursday to the prophecy call with Brother Aliyah and Brother Nehemiah. And Lord willing again, you can get a Sunday class from your boy Baruch, Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? In these last days that we're coming into, fast, pray, and keep the faith. That's what we got to be remembering. Fast, pray, and keep the faith, and watch. Let me get this right quick for the Lord. Let me just get this right quick. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse. Behold, I'm at verse 11. Verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Don't let nobody take your crown these last days, man. With that, it's your fellow servant brother Baruch. I want to say, call me Yasharala. Shalom.